Hello, my name is Joel Salinas. I have an extensive background in forensic mapping, collision reconstruction, and experience in laser scanning. I've been using the MapScenes system since 2003 with the Vallejo Police Department. I also use a MapScenes system in my private business, where I provide forensic mapping, laser scanning, and collision reconstruction services. I'm a certified MapScenes instructor. I teach forensic mapping, laser scanning, and the use of the MapScenes software from Forensic CAD through PointCloud. The components of the MapScenes system, which are shown here, are designed to provide the forensic investigator a complete package with the necessary tools to capture data quickly, precisely, and efficiently at the crash or crime scene. The next step is to analyze the data back at the office and then visually represent it in the form of a 2D or 3D diagram or a computer-generated animation for presentation in court. The system offers a complete set of tools for the forensic investigator, all within one software package. The first component is Evidence Recorder, the evidence collection software that is designed to work with your total station to collect scene data at the crash or crime scene. Evidence Recorder, or EVR8, will work with the latest total station models, particularly the new robotic systems that are currently out. It will also work with the GPS systems that are making their way into the forensic market. Here's a set of photographs of a scene that was mapped using a total station and Evidence Recorder software. This is a view of the Evidence Recorder interface. You can see the line work appears on the screen. This allows the investigator to visualize the scene as it is being mapped. This provides visual confirmation that the data is captured correctly and completely at the scene. You can zoom in and inspect the line work and point data. You can pan around and again zoom in to inspect different areas. You can toggle on and off the point numbers, descriptions, and the elevation data. You can use the Auto Map feature to build your own library of codes and access these codes in the field. You can select the type of line you want, straight line, spline, or a three-point arc. In the event that the name for a particular entity doesn't exist in your library, you can name it on the fly. For example, here, you would just type in the name of the new entity, test line. Accept it, and it will appear here as the name for your new line work. This is where you would access some of the mapping tools that are available within the software. You have a variety of tools here that will allow you to map, check your data in the field. Some of the modes have a wizard that will walk you through the steps. For example, the move instrument routine. If you cannot place the rod or sight to a particular point, you have a variety of offset options to manually place a point in the scene. In this example, I'm going to talk about the 3D features of Evidence Recorder. This is a truck that I had to model for a particular animation project. Photos of the front, the sides, and the back. This is a top-down view of the line work that was captured with the total station. I'm not limited to looking solely at the top of it. I can click on the 3D feature here, Select my axes, rotate the scene on the screen, inspect the front of the truck, use the pan and zoom features to line it up, rotate it again to inspect the side, and check the data from the back of the truck. The program allows me to keep the drawing in this position so that as I'm mapping the side of the truck, or from any other angle, I can inspect my line work as it appears on the screen. With a click of a button, I can return back to the top-down view, pan, zoom in, and continue mapping. This is a view of the microsurvey transfer program. This will allow you to send the scenes from the data collector to the computer for processing. These are the libraries that are stored on the data collector, and with the auto map check, it will allow you to sync your library between the data collector and the computer. I'm going to identify the scene that I want to send to the computer, and with a click of a button, it's done. When you open the CAD program, you'll get a notification with the Sync Wizard import that these scenes are waiting to be downloaded. Here's how simple it is to download the scene. You can enter certain settings in here for the type of line work you want to come in, 2D or 3D, and any particular layer you want some line work to come in on. With a click of a button, the scene will appear on the screen. I'm going to zoom in and show you some of the features of the program here. You can see my line work, description, point number, and elevation for each of the shots I've taken, as well as the point data. I can pan and zoom around the scene. These descriptions come from my AutoMap library. TM1 for me is tire mark 1. You can see tire mark 2, 3, 4, 5. Gouge. Up above that you can see DYL, which is an abbreviation for double yellow line. With my layer manager, I can toggle on and off the description, elevation, and the point number for each of the shots there. At this point, I would save my work and then start editing the scene to complete the drawing. This is the scene of the truck that I showed you earlier on the data collector. The scene has already been downloaded. The text appears to be a bit large. With a click of a button, I can rescale that text to a smaller size that will remove some of the clutter on the screen. I can zoom in. The text is still there, attached to the point and to the line work. Makes it a bit easier to visualize the scene on the screen. I can rotate the scene to visualize it from the front, inspect my line work, from the sides, and from the back. MapScenes is a true 3D drawing program. You can see that I only have the left half of the truck here showing. I only need to draw one half. I can use a mirror command. Once the left half is drawn, mirror that side to the opposite side, and my scene will be completed. Here are some of the features of MapScenes Forensic CAD. Forensic CAD is a drawing program that is included with Capture and with PointCloud. It's a powerful CAD program with extensive drawing features and a variety of tools to make your job easier. Here is photographs of a scene that was mapped using evidence recorder and drawn with Forensic CAD. The majority of the scenes that are being presented in court are a top-down 2D or a plan view. The drawing needs to be a fair and accurate representation of the actual scene. The drawing needs to contain sufficient information to document the physical evidence and allow the investigator to be able to determine what happened. Our tire marks here are mapped in a different color. That would allow the investigator to place the vehicle on those tire marks at a certain position along the scene. The drawing includes a legend that identifies the physical evidence at the scene, scale bar, and roadway markings. These are photographs of a fatal traffic collision on a freeway off-ramp. The scene was mapped with evidence recorder and drawn with the MapScenes product here. There's not much in the way of physical evidence that you can see from the photographs. The vehicle at rest, the wheelchair, and some drag marks underneath the truck there. Here's a scene that was drawn. It shows the vehicle at rest as shown in the photographs. General view of the roadway and the roadway markings. The physical evidence marked at the scene. And again, it's a top-down 2D view to represent the physical evidence and the scene as we found it. This is a drawing of a homicide scene in a residential area. You can see we have the outline of the houses, the vehicles that were present at the scene, some text to indicate that we had an open garage, the house numbers, evidence markers with leaders.